Hello, we're MossCharmly.
That's a good one.
Today we're going to talk about M1 Mac computers, M1 Apple computers, and Huion tablets. Mm-hmm. And I'll give a little history of ours.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of history.
Yeah, a little bit of our experience, really, with them.
True.
So we had our primary computer. It was a 2018 Mac Mini that we shared, and we each used an iPad Pro. Mm-hmm. Our computer died during an update, and we needed a replacement. And it sucked because it happened
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was very, very saddening.
So we got an M1 Mac Mini, and much later got a refurbished M1 MacBook Air. These are our two setups, as well as the Huion Canvas 24 4K tablet. We weren't sure the drivers were going to work with the new M1, and there really was no information out there about the Mac M1 computers working with the also relatively new Huion Canvas 24 4K tablet. Yeah, it was
kind of iffy.
Yeah, it was. It was iffy, and we were very nervous purchasers for things that were so expensive.
Oh man, yeah.
So it was
a big deal.
Yeah, it was such a chance purchase. We got the tablets on Amazon Prime, knowing that if it didn't work out, we could at least return it. We took the tablet out of the box and plugged everything in and went to the Huion website and downloaded the drivers, and everything worked out perfectly. It was a simple setup, and the tablet ended up working seamlessly with our Mac M1s.
Yeah.
So
it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was a really good purchase.
Good experience. I mean, the Apple M1s only came out in 2020. And they sent dev kits out, which are like, a rentable computer that, companies that create programs can write their programs specifically for the actual hardware. So it was really interesting that Celsius, which is the owner of Clip Studio Paint, created a compatible application for the Apple ARM products in December 13th, 2020. So it was kind of like, ooh, this is a good thing. They were one of the, it was nice. I mean, it was very just settling that they were one of the first applications that became native to Apple's M1 ARM chips. So it was definitely like, okay.
Perfect we know that's for us because we use Clip Studio for everything.
And we used a 16-inch Huion Canvas Pro.
Yes.
That was good. It was good for what we used it for. We were definitely using our iPads more at the time, but we needed access to Clip Studio for doing webtoons and our comics. So it was really nice. Huion, on the other hand, they actually created a compatibility driver. Like their drivers became compatible on February 3rd of 2021. So it hasn't even been a year since this video that the Huion Canvas 24 Pro was compatible with the M1s. So it was kind of like, getting close there. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. And if you watch other videos of people reviewing Huion tablets, they were emailed the drivers. So that meant that they were working specifically for them, and people couldn't really get it to the public. But it's been a bit since they had that initial driver. Since then they have had multiple driver updates, and the last being in December 2021. And the newest drivers were definitely focused on the Huion 24 4K. Its internal options for the user control, like its UI, on the actual tablet itself and inside the driver when you go to, the dock, they were definitely overhauled in a way where I noticed them, because it was like the when you actually go into the driver setting and you select the actual Huion tablet 4K, you're able to go into pressure sensitivity with the pen. They created multiple presets for the user, as well as you being able to save multiple different user settings. So if you wanted to alter some of those presets, you could. They gave...
Nice.
It was wonderful, right?
Yeah.
They also created more of an ease of use UI interface, or the user interface on the actual hardware. So when you actually do a 3-second hold, I think it's a hold, you hold it for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. It's a long press. And then, right?
Yeah.
And then the UI comes up where you can actually adjust its actual brightness, its RGB. There's actually our presets inside of there as well. So like say you want to play a video game, which everyone wants to know if the Switch works on it.
Oh.
If you're wondering,
Yes,
it does. So anyway, sorry.
No, don't be. That is so true. Yes, it does.
Yeah, there's it works. Game presettings, there's movie presets, there's user presets, and then you can actually select what type of colors you want the screen to represent. They completely did a wonderful overhaul of it, and it completely works seamlessly with the M1s right now. I mean, even all the way up to the operating system that we're using now, which is it's past Big Sur, so we went to Monterey.
Yes.
So the Monterey updated 12.1 works really, really well with it too. So, if you're worrying if the M1s the M1s that came out first generation, and now they have the new M1 Pro and M1 Pro Max and future M1s, because they're all going to be ARM-based processors, which are just modified versions of, the iPhone chips in some ways. If you're worried that buying an M1, using it with Clip Studio, and having a Huion, don't worry.
They work.
They work perfectly together. So definitely recommend, knowing that the M1s work really well with the Huions. And I forgot to say one thing about
please
the
add, yes.
M1. I forgot this. The actual Huion tablet charges your MacBook Air.
Yes, it does.
So you just have one plug that plugs into the M1 Apple.
And it simultaneously charges it. It is
Yeah.
incredible. So
Just
that
one cable.
Yes, that is such an extra that we had no idea. That's not even stated or
I read no literature on that.
there is
Right?
there is nothing about it.
Nothing. It
There's
was just like, wow,
it
works.
was magical and it was exciting. We could play Switch games on it.
Yeah,
I mean, just
everything.
there was so much and work on it with our
Yeah.
comics. It was amazing. We absolutely recommend M1 Max
Yeah.
and Huion tablets.
Became the perfect monitor. Became the perfect tablet for the M1s.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
So whatever you're creating or having fun with, we absolutely recommend it.
Yes. Continue creating.
Yes, and have a good time.
Wonderful time.
Like and subscribe if these videos help you or if you enjoy them.
MossCharmly
out. That was cool.